What is going on, guys? This is Dan here. Welcome back into the channel and welcome to episode 39 of Disney Fiasco. Wow, what a week. What a crazy, crazy week. It's just been going just all over the place, but we are back for another episode of Disney Fiasco. My apologies, Corey and Megan are not here tonight. Megan had something emergency that came up, so I hope she's all okay. She'll be absolutely fine. I know she'll be watching the stream later on this evening or tomorrow. And Corey might come on a little bit later. We'll see how Corey does, but he might come on later. But I have a wonderful guest who is kind of becoming more of a regular. He's just a wonderful, wonderful guy, and I love his channel, and that is Walt from Mouse Talk. How's it going, my friend?
Hey, Dan, thanks for inviting me in, buddy. I appreciate it. I'm definitely honored to be here. Hi to everybody in the chat. We're going to have a good time tonight. I appreciate you thinking of me. Melissa, unfortunately, couldn't make it. She was working.
Oh, no problems at all. But it's good to have you back. It's been a couple of weeks, but it's so good to have you back here on Disney Fiasco. Who have we got in the chat? We've got Timothy Rainwaters, we've got Kay Atwood, we've got Chris from Disney World Adventures, Disney Nerd Herders are here, Steve's World. Hey, Steve. My friend Jack is here as well. R. Johns is here, the legend R. Johns. Samantha Lowe is here, and Dougie from Waltergrams is here. All amazing, amazing people, amazing channels. You guys are absolutely awesome. I mean, what can I say? Cargo, hey, what's up, Cargo? Hey, everyone. I'm supposed to be working, but pretend you don't see me. Well, thank you for coming in, Cargo. It's really good to see you. Yeah, guys, it was last week was an incredible week. We did record numbers for Disney Fiasco. I think it's over now 500 views for Disney Fiasco last week. Absolutely amazing. I really do want to thank every single person who has supported the channel and supported this. It's been amazing. But we're going to have an amazing time today. We're going to be talking about our top things that we just love to do that's not a ride, like anything that could be from a show to a parade, from a fireworks show to eating. It could be absolutely anything. That's not how you pretend you don't see me, sillies. We all see you. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. I hope you guys are super excited. So yeah, first and foremost, I just want to give a big shout out to the Live Place for sponsoring this podcast, this show. You can go and find all your family-friendly content on theliveshow.com. You hit 4,000 hours yet? Not yet, Disney Nerd Herders. Hey, Amy Scott, what is up, Amy? Cool. So, things that aren't rides. This is something I've always wanted to talk about because I think it's like Disney World is not just for the rides. I think there's so many things that you can do apart from eating and apart from going on rides. So I wanted to talk about some things that you can try that you may have not done, or some things that you just love that aren't rides at all. So let's get started. Before we even get started, please hit that like button, subscribe to us, please share out the stream. I'd be really, really appreciate it. It'll be really fun to get some really good numbers this week. But yeah, cool. So, Walt, what is the first thing on your list? What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of something you want to experience that's not a ride?
I gotta be honest, I think this is the first one that everybody thinks of, and it's got to be the fireworks shows. And, I kind of lump in the fireworks shows and the parade together, but it's the fireworks shows at any of the parks. It can be Star Wars over at Hollywood Studios, Happily Ever After at Magic Kingdom, or Illuminations at Epcot. That's kind of the first thing I think of if I'm not doing rides, if I'm going to go to the parks, these are the things I want to do first for me. That would be the ones definitely are must-dos.
I think it's something that I feel like a lot of people plan around. The fireworks are something so like it kind of finishes off your day, finishes off your week, finishes off your vacation. It's something that I think everybody resonates to, whether you're an Illuminations fan or a Happily Ever After fan or a Fantasmic fan. There's so many things to talk about, to look and like. So I think with a fireworks show, it's a really great way to end your vacation. So I want to ask though, what is your favorite fireworks show, Walt?
Oh, it's Happily Ever After for me, hands down. It is. I really enjoy. I liked Wishes. I like Illuminations.
Yep.
I'm gonna miss it when it's gone, and I really, really enjoy the fireworks show over at Hollywood Studios, Star Wars. But Happily Ever After it's emotional to me. I really, we always get teary-eyed for that one. I really enjoyed that one. And I like the little nod to Tinkerbell flying across the sky from Wishes. They kept that there. I like that. I love Happily Ever After. I think it's fantastic. There's nothing like Disney fireworks.
I think you're right. And for me, I loved Wishes. Wishes was always like my show. It was the show that I watched when I was on my college program pretty much every single night. Just watching it from the Contemporary, watching it from Bay Lake Tower is something that is really quite special. And then when they changed it to Happily Ever After, I was like, oh, like this is something new, something different. I was very nervous because obviously Wishes was amazing.
All right, yeah.
But I loved how they incorporated Happily Ever After from Wishes. Like they took some aspects. So the Wishes firework is when they cross over, and the Tinkerbell. It's amazing. So yeah, Happily Ever After for sure. So let's see. Arjon says definitely Happily Ever After. I mean, he sees it every Friday. So Dougie says the main thing I enjoy doing in Walt Disney World is just being in Walt Disney World, soaking in that atmosphere, existing in that space. Amazing. I think I could literally spend weeks there and do nothing and leave happy. Yeah, I could totally agree with that. I mean, that's totally what I think every single time I go. Steve Swell said, I can't wait to see the temporary show this August in place of Illumination. So that is Epcot Forever. That already I'm excited for. Mike from Our Themed Life is here. Mike, my good friend, how's it going? Good to see you. Our Disney Adventures. Ohana, my friends, how are you? So let's see who else. D Hazel is here. Everyone's coming in now. Juan Rodriguez, Chris from Disney World Adventures. So yeah, lots of people coming in now. So good to see everybody. But yeah, Happily Ever After. I think I'm actually got a video coming out really, really soon about where the best spots are to stand for Happily Ever After. You know, what do you really look for Happily Ever After? Because it is a wonderful show, and it does make me cry a little bit.
And I'll tell you what else too about Happily Ever After. That's going to be a really good video for folks when you bring that one out, because it means a lot where you watch that show from. Because you could watch it way down Main Street, and that's fine for the fireworks portion of it. But the castle itself, you may not be able to see that as well. And if you're up close, you're going to kind of get the best of both worlds. So that's a really good video. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I like about Happily Ever After is like you have the projections as well as the fireworks, and the fireworks actually like are in images themselves. They have like they're in shape, which is pretty cool. So they've taken that. If you remember the Celebrate the Magic show, that was before Wishes, they kind of just put those together and they made Happily Ever After, and I'm super excited. Illuminations, I love. I'm sad to see it go, but again, it's kind of the same thing with Wishes. You know, I'm excited to see what they do with it. I know they're going to do a great job with it. The Star Wars Spectacular show, I actually was there opening night.
Oh, wow. Very nice.
Back in 2016, and that was crazy. That was amazing. And Fantasmic, I mean, it's not really a fireworks show, but maybe we'll bring Fantasmic up later on. Awesome. So great first pick. Really love that. Hello to everybody who's just joined us. Thank you so much for stopping by. My first pick is something that I think really sums up Epcot. Now, Epcot was all about exploring and educating and really just going out there and just having a great time, even without riding rides. So my choice is the World Showcase. So the World Showcase is something that I think really embodies the world. There's so much you can do with the World Showcase. There's so much to explore, so many different countries. I mean, you don't even have to be from America to experience American culture in the American Pavilion. You can be from Morocco, from France, from Africa, like so many places, and experience new cultures you've never even met before. Like I've never met a Moroccan before. I've never met somebody from China before. And you can actually do that in the World Showcase. And there's, you know, we're excluding Grand Fiesta Tour, excluding Frozen Ever After. We're just talking about exploring the pavilions. The Mickey Bunch are here. Hey, Kelly, and Charlotte's here. Welcome. So I just love spending I'm not even kidding. I'd spend a day in the World Showcase. I love the World Showcase. I mean, I could spend like literally 2 hours, 3 hours in Japan. I love the Japanese pavilion. I'm not being biased to the UK Pavilion. It's pretty awesome, but they need a ride. But yeah, I just really love the World Showcase. What do you think about the World Showcase?
Oh, fantastic. I think you could spend a day in World Showcase if you really take your time and explore the countries. There's plenty to see in there. All the different cultural things. There's plenty of dining to do. There's plenty of merchandise. You can talk to the cast members who are all from those countries. There's a ton of different things that you can do in World Showcase at each and every one of the lands. I think over time, Morocco has become one of my most favorite pavilions out of all of them. I just love that pavilion. It's so well, it's detailed so well. There's so much to do in there. I love that pavilion, and I love the UK pavilion. I'm not just saying that because you're on here. I really do. I love the UK pavilion. I think it's done really well. So I agree 100%. World Showcase, perfect thing to do if you're not going to do rides. I agree.
Steveswell says, walking through all the countries in each building is one of my favorite things to do in Walt Disney World. Yeah, absolutely right. What else have we got? I spent forever in the World Showcase. Food. D. Hazel, this is exactly what I mean, right? This is exactly what I mean. If you really go at it, if you really just say, you know what, I'm going to spend as much time like really looking at these cultures, you need to experience the food. The food, 100%. You can literally go around to eat. You're going to get really full by the end, but there's nothing better to experience the culture than through its food. I'm just, guys, I love food, but trust me, that's where it's at. Jonas Ghetto Vlogs is here. Welcome. Ray J is here. Welcome. Disney Nerd Herder says, love strolling World Showcase, especially at closing time when everyone else is leaving. Yeah, I remember walking through with Josh and Jenna from Resort TV 1. They're just walking through. It was so quiet. I really enjoyed it. Angela's here. Pirate Princess Red is here. D. Hazel, UK Pavilion is more like England Pavilion. Well, it's funny you should say that. Like I think we should just do a whole show about the UK Pavilion at some point. But there are different aspects of the UK Pavilion. Most of it is from England, but there are some Scottish, some Irish, some Welsh aspects of the UK Pavilion. But I would like to see some more Welsh stuff. I'd love to see some more Irish and Scottish stuff in the UK Pavilion. I think it'd be great. So yeah, I love Japan. Mexico is a great pavilion. So yeah, I just love doing that kind of thing.
I'll tell you what else too, Dan, about World Showcase. You talk about closing it down at night at Epcot. It's really nice in the mornings too. If you get there first thing in the morning, even though World Showcase doesn't open till 11 for the entire thing, there are certain parts of World Showcase that you can get to first thing in the morning, and it's really nice. Melissa and I on our last trip did that. We got over to the France Pavilion, went to Les Halles for breakfast, and just sat by the water and enjoyed it. And there was nobody there, and we could explore several of the countries. That's a really good time to be there too.
You see, Walt, this is what we need to do, right? On our Epcot day, we need to go to Les Halles and just, use our snack credits or get some nice breakfast food, sit by the water, and just that is heaven right there.
It is.
In the nice summer hot weather, you get some nice, some croissants, some panna chocolate. Oh, come on. You can't beat that, can you? Let's see. What else have we got in the comments below? We have Ray J. Does the UK Pavilion serve Guinness? It does serve Guinness. Dougie says, no, there aren't. I couldn't get any Iron Brew or deep fried Mars bars anywhere. I think there is somewhere you can get a deep fried Snickers bar, but not a Mars bar. More sunshine, please. Welcome. Good to see you. Welcome in. So yeah, lots of really great. I want to everybody in the chat, while we're moving on to our next pick, just let me know what your favorite pavilion is. Please don't say the UK because I'm from the UK. I want to know your honest opinion. If you're from America and you love the American Pavilion, put down the American Pavilion. Go for it. So, just let me know which is your favorite. Pamela Hoffman, welcome. It's good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. So we've had fireworks and the World Showcase. We're going to obviously maybe go into more details in later Fiasco episodes. Just a reminder, Megan unfortunately could not make it in tonight, and Corey might be able to come in later, but we have the awesome Walt from Mouse Talk here today. So yeah, it's going to be really, really exciting. Now, where are we going to go next? What's the next thing you think of when it comes to no rides? I just want to choose something that's not a ride.
The one thing that I know that we could do at any of the parks without even thinking about rides, no doubt about it, would be dining. We would go to any of the restaurants. We'd go to a park and go to a restaurant if for no other reason. You know how you can, make a reservation for a restaurant in your local community. We would do that down there as well. We would just say, okay, tonight we're going to Be Our Guest, and we'll just go to Be Our Guest, have dinner, and then go home. Dining has to make the list of things that you're going to do if you're not going to do rides. So many options, so many great restaurants, whether you want a signature restaurant or just something laid back and fun, has to be dining, has to make the list for me.
Yourself, Melissa, and I are going to have a great time.
We are. It's going to be fun.
You know what? This is why I love this community and I love you guys, because we just connect on so many levels with dining. I don't even know why I put the World Showcase first. Dining is it should have been my first. Dining is something that we all have to do every single day. And if you're on Disney property, if you're on the Disney dining plan, you're full into Disney food every single day. Now, some people don't, want to go off property and eat at Outback or Chick-fil-A or all these places that I've never tried before. Obviously, I haven't lived enough. But dining is something that is really, really just an experience. And Disney has made an experience out of just dining, and it is quite amazing. Steve, we love the food, but we also love resort hopping. And I think that's what kind of is something that you can do with dining. You can actually go from resort to resort. I mean, you might get a little bit full, but you'll be able to go from resort to resort and actually eat a lot. Dining is an experience by itself, says Chris from Disney World Adventures. Absolutely. I never thought dining is part of a Disney vacation. Let me tell you something. The whole point of something like Be Our Guest was because, they wanted to make that dining experience amazing. That's why you have character dining. You have signature dining. It's not just quick service and table service. There's so much more to that. You could take something like the Hoop-de-Doo review, which, have you done the Hoop-de-Doo review?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. We loved it. It's one of our favorite things to do.
Hoop-de-Doo review is just a show. It's words can't describe how amazing this show is.
It's great.
It's. I think I read something. It's like one of the longest running shows in the States or something.
One of the dinner shows. Yeah, absolutely.
One of the longest running dinner shows in not just Disney World, in the United States, and you sit in this kind of Davy Crockett-esque setting, and you watch this amazing show. You get unlimited fried chicken and mashed potatoes, and
you can be part of the show too.
And you could be part. I think I saw a guy wear like a tutu and fairy wings. Like, it is. If you guys is Timothy okay? See you, Timothy Rainwater's good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you guys have not done the Hoop-de-Doo review, please go and do it. It's never been. It's something that is just so fun to do. Chris and Toria, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Good to see you. Welcome. So you have the Hoop-de-Doo review. Be Our Guest. I mean, I've been to Be Our Guest for lunch. I would say the best time to go for me, and in my opinion, is lunch. It's still a quick service, and now I think it's a signature dining for dinner. You get to meet the Beast, which is a rare character you won't be able to meet too often. So yeah, I think dining for sure is something so, it's become an attraction in and of itself.
Well, the thing about go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you go.
I was just saying, the thing about Disney dining is what makes it so wonderful is the fact that it's unique dining in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
There's whether it's the theming, whether it's the characters, or whether it's what you're eating, you're getting unique dining that you may not get elsewhere, especially at Epcot, because of all the different, countries.
Yep.
You're getting dining that's really relative to those countries. And that may be something that's unique to a lot of people. When we go to Disney, we go for the dining and we want things that we normally wouldn't get at home. That's why we want to do it.
Right, and that kind of links in with the whole World Showcase, because trying new things and new experiences. Walter Graham says, Doug says, unlimited fried chicken. Oh, yeah. Pamela Hoffman says, thoughts on Canada's Le Cellier? If you want probably the best steak on property, there you go.
I agree 100%. I agree 100%. We've been there twice. It's unbelievable.
I mean, there is great steak all over Disney property, but Le Cellier, that's, don't go to Yachtsman Steakhouse. Go to Le Cellier. That's where it's at. Now, I want to ask you, I'm going to go round Walt Disney World. You've got to choose a quick service and a table service per park, because obviously we're doing this instead of rides. And I want you to choose one of each outside of the park, so maybe at Disney Springs or a resort. So where would you go for Magic Kingdom for your quick service and your sit down?
Okay, so for quick service for me, I'm kind of a plain Jane. I'm going to Cosmic Rays.
Nice.
I'm
all for it.
And I think that it's gotten better over the years. I at one time thought it was meh, not that good, but I think it's gotten a lot better. The quality of food has really gotten better over the years. So that's for me. Now, as for table service, most people are going to say you think, be our guest. And maybe at one time I would have picked that, but with the new prefix menu, I'm going to have to say no, and I'm going to pick Liberty Tree. I love Liberty Tree Tavern. A lot of people forget about it. I think it's one of the forgotten restaurants in all of Walt Disney World, but I really love Liberty Tree.
I think that's a great pick. I've heard nothing but great news, great things about Liberty Tree, and Cosmic Rays for sure. I mean, for mine, I would put Pinocchio's Village House up there as one of my favorites personally. And then for a sit down, I've made it a tradition that every day, the day that I leave Orlando, I always go for breakfast at Crystal Palace. So so those are my two picks for Magic Kingdom. Let's head over to Epcot. Probably a little bit trickier because there's so much. But what do you think? What quick service and what table service would you go to for Epcot?
Yeah, for me, it's not tricky. I know them right off the top of my head. First off, quick service, Yorkshire County.
Nice.
I'm not just saying that. I really enjoy the fish and chips there. I'm sure it's not as good as what you get back home, but I mean, I fell in love with it 3 trips ago. We tried it for the first time. I was like, well, let's try it, Melissa. I think I want to try it, and we absolutely loved it. And that's my favorite quick service over there. Sit down, it's Le Cellier, hands down for me. I mean, I've been there a couple times. The steak is unbelievable. You can cut it with a fork. It's unbelievable how just tender and juicy, and it's just fantastic. It's pricey.
It is pricey. It is pricey.
You better you need to take out like a loan.
But let me tell you something. If you go to someone like Yachtsman Steakhouse, they're even more expensive than Le Cellier, and I don't think their steak is as good. That's my opinion.
I know, it's crazy.
My quick service is the same as D. Hazel's, who's just been in the chat. One of my favorite places for quick service is the Tangerine Cafe over in Morocco. It is. I did a Disney Food Friday on it way back early last year, and it's phenomenal. I call it the Avengers platter because there's so many members on this plate. And it's got like shawarma and pita bread and hummus and rice and couscous. Oh gosh, like it's amazing. It's so, and you get some baklava on the side. Yep. Like
that would have been Melissa's favorite. She tried that first time our last trip. She loved it. She said.
Yeah. Oh gosh, it's so good. Hey Isaac Nail, what is going on? Chris and Toria say, who characters and breakfast food? Yeah, I agree. And my sit down. I mean, look. I may not be Italian, but I love my Italian culture and I love my Italian food. And Via Napoli is delicious.
That would have been my second pick. Great. It's
their pizza is phenomenal. I think they import some sort of water or something. They get specialized water for the dough that they put in to make it it's so good. I also want to give a quick honorable mention to Sunshine Seasons over in the Land. That is a great quick service restaurant.
Can you believe we've never eaten at Sunshine Seasons?
I'll take you. Don't worry.
We have. You know why? Our thought process has always been that we have so many other places we want to eat that, why are we going to try here when there's so many other places? And I think it's probably been to our detriment because you're right. I've heard nothing but good things about it.
I think what's good about Sunshine Seasons is there's so much variety. There's really, you could have anything, and everything that's made there is from the Land Pavilion, which is just delicious. All homegrown, great stuff. Hey, Mary Ellen Clark, what is going on? And Kyle's vlog, welcome into stream. Great to see you as well. Hollywood Studios. Now, Hollywood Studios, I think, is a little bit tricky because for me, Hollywood Studios food is either a hit or a miss. For me, it's kind of like you got to learn where to go for Hollywood Studios. So where would you go for quick service and for table service there?
Okay, so for quick service, I'm probably going to have to say as a default, Backlot Express.
Yep.
Okay, I like Backlot Express. I think they're good. Although, is it Fairfax Fair that serves the pizza?
Yep.
I don't remember. That actually wasn't bad. It was better than I thought. No, it wasn't great, but it was. I guess I was really expecting terrible, and it was okay. We got it during Moonlight Magic, but no, Backlot Express for sure. I enjoyed their food. I think their food's really nice, and it's nice being right next to the Trials of the Jedi to be able to watch the Star Wars show with the little kids. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's great. And then for sit down, we've tried very few over there, but I actually did enjoy Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater. I love the atmosphere. I love the whole uniqueness of it. The food was pretty good. It wasn't fabulous, but it was pretty good, and we had a good time with that one.
I would agree with Backlot Express. I really love that quick service. I'll put Woody's Lunchbox as well. That was really fun as well. Sci-Fi Dining, I don't know what it was. I went there back in 2015, and I had a terrible meal.
Really?
Yeah. Oh gosh, it was just the service wasn't good. The food was like my steak was like it was like harder than a rock. Just it wasn't very nice. I mean, the atmosphere is phenomenal. I think one thing that I could really honestly say is the atmosphere for Sci-Fi Dine-In is amazing. It has been a couple of years since I've done Sci-Fi Dine-In, but since I've found 50s Primetime Cafe, I've fallen in love. 50s Primetime Cafe is my go-to place. And here's the thing. I want to give everybody a top tip. This is just my personal opinion. This is my. If you go for quite a long time, I would certainly do 50s Primetime Cafe. Get the fried chicken. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. And then if you are on the Disney dining plan, I recommend doing the Fantasmic dining package, and you can and that gives you VIP seats for Fantasmic, and you get to eat, I think, at Hollywood and Vine, Brown Derby, or Mama Melrose. And I got to say, Mama Melrose has really surprised me. I really enjoy Mama Melrose. I think it's a really great restaurant. And you know what's even cool? If you've been there before, they kind of treat you like family, and they give you a card and say, "Welcome back, Dan."
Really?
Yeah, it's amazing. They kind of it's like a New York Italian. They treat you like family. It's great. And so if you love your Italian food, I would definitely recommend that. But I think I might give Sci-Fi Dine-In another go.
I mean, we enjoyed it the time we went. Don't get me wrong; we're not head over heels in love with it, but it was nice, and the atmosphere alone makes us want to probably try it again.
Right. Now, Animal Kingdom. This one is tough because for me, there's not really. I think there may be one bad place at Animal Kingdom that I don't recommend.
I agree.
So many great places at Animal Kingdom. So what would be your quick service and your table service at Animal Kingdom?
Quick service. It's my favorite quick service in all of Walt Disney World. It's Flame Tree Barbecue. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes.
There's nothing like Flame Tree Barbecue. It doesn't matter what you get, whether you get the ribs, whether you get the chicken, whether you get the brisket. It doesn't matter. The fries are great. Not only that, if you go far enough into the back, you get a beautiful view of Expedition Everest where you can sit right there and look at it over the water. It's fantastic. Their food there is fresh. It's hot. It's just unbelievable.
It's proper barbecue food, isn't it?
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
Like,
and then the fries, they got the loaded fries. I don't know if you've tried them yet.
Tip, those are a snack credit. Those
I know.
Are
yeah.
a snack credit.
Yep, I can't believe it. I know. We did it. Last trip we did it. It's fantastic. Nothing beats Flame Tree for me.
And your table service?
Yak and Yeti.
Good.
I gotta say it. I mean, for me, we were really surprised. For me, a picky eater that I am, I actually went in there and really enjoyed the food. I really enjoyed it. My youngest son and I are both very picky, and we both even enjoyed the food. Melissa and my oldest son and his girlfriend loved it. They thought it was fantastic. But even for me, I really enjoyed it. I liked Yak and Yeti. Service wasn't great. The time we went, we kind of misplaced our server. We had to find other people to help us here and there. But Yak and Yeti, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I love Yak and Yeti. I would definitely put that as my sit-down place to go. Flame Tree Barbecue, absolutely. And I do really like Satuli Canteen for the cheeseburger pods and the noodle bowl, the rice bowl. Oh my gosh, the stuff is good. And you have things like Tusker House, but here's my little top tip for Animal Kingdom. You guys need to go to Nomad Lounge. Oh my! I've never found a more relaxing place in the whole of Walt Disney World than Nomad Lounge. It's right by Tiffin's.
Right.
But the thing is, people just completely overlook it because they're on their way to Pandora. So they're on their way to Pandora. They don't see Nomad Lounge, and you're literally just. I was there for like 2 hours, and I was just sitting there having some nice drinks, enjoying the sun. It was amazing. Hey Noah and Adams Land, what is up, my friend? Good to see you. Now, I know this is quite a long pick because, dining is something that is so important to, I think, everybody. And, I could talk about dining this whole show. But I want you to choose one more quick service and one more sit-down service that's outside of the parks. So once you still are not going on rides, you might not even go to the Magic Kingdom or to Epcot, Hollywood Studios, whatever. You need something to do. You need to go out of the parks. You might go to Springs. Where would you recommend a quick service or a table service outside of the parks?
That's a good one. Quick service for me, I gotta admit, I tried it last trip. I really enjoyed Chicken Guy for a chicken. Okay. I liked it. Melissa and my youngest weren't too thrilled with it, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very good. I would have to say Chicken Guy or Blaze down at Disney Springs.
Nice.
Blaze Pizza was really good and very affordable, and you get a good serving. You get a nice, they give you a good portion. As for table service, for me, we haven't done as many outside. I wish we did more, but I'd have to say Ohana over at the Polynesian.
Yes, good pick.
Yep, I've done it either. We've done breakfast and dinner there. It doesn't matter. Either one are going to be fantastic. Yeah. Breakfast is nice because it's of character.
Yep.
But dinner is fantastic as well.
Nice. I love the Ohana dinner. Oh my god! And you guys, if you didn't check out my bread pudding. Disney Food Friday. Oh my gosh, that was so good. And I can't wait to try Chicken Guy. I know Corey Meets World has invited me to go and do Chicken Guy with him. He said he would do it with me, so that's great. Instead of doing Beverly with him, we'll be doing Chicken Guy. My quick service 100% is Earl of Sandwich. I think Earl of Sandwich is just really fantastic. I really enjoy it. Hey, Donna, what is up? We are talking about our favorite things to do that aren't rides. And funny enough, we're talking about food, obviously. I mean, what else is new? Ohana is great. And my secret one is Sanaa at the Animal Kingdom Lodge. I'm going to put it out there. It's my favorite restaurant on property. By far. I love Sanaa. I think it's just, you get to sit, looking over the savannah with wild animals, and you get this amazing food that's African Indian inspired. It's not, spicy. It's very aromatic. It's very flavorful. I love Sanaa. I think it's one of, and Steve says Boma. I could put Boma and Sanaa together. Oh gosh, that's a great evening right there. So yeah, Sanaa by far is it's probably my favorite restaurant on property.
We have not eaten there yet. I'd like to try it. We have eaten at Boma. Yep. Steve, and we enjoyed it. I would like to try Sanaa. I'd also like to try Chico. I've heard really good things about Chico.
Well, once I book my dining, I'll book it for 4 instead of 2, and then you and Melissa can come with, because I've got to take you to Sanaa. It's amazing. So, dining is done. That was a long pick, but I think it's important for you guys to, because it's not all about the rides. Dining is something so important. My second pick is snacks. No, I'm kidding. No, my second pick is a show. One of my favorite shows on property. Now, we're only strictly talking about rides. This is a show. One of my favorite shows is the Festival of the Lion King. Festival of the Lion King for me is something that I just have to do every single time I'm in Animal Kingdom. You're in there for a good 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
You're in an open theater where you can see everything in front of you, and you see all sides. You take part within the crowd. Amazing music. And for me, just growing up with The Lion King and being able, and I've said this on Disney Fiasco before, I prefer Festival of the Lion King over the Lion King Broadway musical, because I just get I get so invested into the Festival of the Lion King. I got it on my phone. I listen to it in my car. I got Timon shouting in my car window, "Now please get out!" Like, it's just great. Like, there's so many great things about the Festival of the Lion King, and for in fact all the shows in Animal Kingdom. But I think the Festival of the Lion King really, touches something really special with me. So I really enjoy it.
That's a great show.
Disney Nerd Herders, Dan, how many places are you booked for sit-down eating at this trip? Haven't booked anything yet. I can in like 10 days. Festival of the Lion King is amazing for sure. Kyle's vlog, Festival of the Lion King is the best show at Animal Kingdom, hands down. Nemo is awesome, don't get me wrong, but Festival of the Lion King is just as fun. Now, I believe you're more of a fan of Finding Nemo the musical, or are you Festival of the Lion King?
No, Nemo, you're right.
Nemo, I knew it. Yeah, I thought I remember.
Again, kind of just like they said, it's not that we don't like Festival of the Lion King. I think it's very good. I just have a better connection with Nemo, being a father-son. I just really love the show. I think those people are very talented to be able to do all that, holding up those puppets and being puppeteers and being singers and entertainers at the same time.
Yeah.
It's very colorful. So is Festival of the Lion King. I love the Nemo show. I do. I think it's different but the same as the movie.
I've said this, I think every time you've been on this show, we've talked about Finding Nemo the musical. I'm like, whenever I watch the movie, I'm like, well, what happened to the song? Where's like A Big Blue World? And you can throw both of those in together, Finding Nemo the musical, Festival of the Lion King, because those kind of Broadway caliber shows is something you could do to get out the sun. It's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You need to get out the heat. That's where you do it. And that's something you could just relax with your family and just enjoy an amazing show at Animal Kingdom. So, I've definitely put Festival of the Lion King for me up there. And then, why not throw in Finding Nemo the musical? I know Deezer says, I'm not a fan of Nemo the musical. Hey, that's okay. Like, people love things and dislike things. Hey, I hate Mission Space. But, there are people who love Mission Space. I just don't like spinning. Awesome. Right. We're back to you. What's your next thing on your list?
Well, my next thing on the list for me, I do have a few honorable mentions, but the third one on my list for me was kind of where we just were. But it wasn't just one show. I was just going to say shows in general.
Great.
There are so many different shows that are obviously not rides that will keep you entertained throughout the day in each and every one of the parks. It doesn't matter. At Magic Kingdom, you have all kinds of, you can go see Mickey's PhilharMagic. You can go to the Hall of Presidents. You can go to see Enchanted Tales with Belle. You can go over to Epcot and see tons of different shows. Reflections of Earth. I'm sorry, Illuminate. No, what am I thinking of?
Oh, it's both. It's Illuminations, Reflections of Earth. There you go.
Yeah, well, that's true. Impressions de France, O Canada, Reflections of China. That's what I meant to say. So many different shows over there that you can do. Same thing in Animal Kingdom with the new Up show. And obviously Festival of the Lion King, Finding Nemo. You name the park, there's shows. Hollywood Studios. You've got Beauty and the Beast. You've got Star Wars. You've got Indiana Jones. There's just so many different shows to choose from. And then there's Fantasmic at night if you want to stick around for that. Shows have to make the list as something that you can do that's going to take up a lot of your time. You're still going to be thoroughly entertained, and it doesn't deal with rides.
More Sunshine, please, says Carousel of Progress. Now, the thing is with Carousel of Progress, you move. So I count it as a ride, despite it being a show. It's kind of like a hybrid because, effectively, it is a ride because there's no actual performers. But then you can make the argument for Mickey's PhilharMagic, but that's not a moving vehicle. Like, anything can be a show, anything can be a ride. So, hey, DBC Dad, what is going on? Good to see you. Welcome. So, you could throw Carousel of Progress in there. Why not? But, I love the shows. I think for me, Fantasmic, hands down, is my favorite show in the whole of Walt Disney World, just above Festival of the Lion King. I think Fantasmic is, I think it's just a masterpiece, and I hope it never changes. Although I know it probably will in the next couple of years to, be like Disneyland's. But Fantasmic is my favorite show on property right now. And then you got, the Indiana Jones attraction. You have there's so much Star Wars going on. You have even things like the Streetmosphere characters or the Main Street characters, because those really are a show as well, but they're just more up close to you. So yeah. Hey, Raphael Zingano, welcome. Good to see you as well. Thank you for joining. And then you have your nighttime shows, Illuminations, Reflections of Earth. And yeah, I think shows, you could just do a whole day of just shows if you wanted to. It's tough to be a bug. That's one of my favorite. I mean, not everybody's favorite.
Country Bears Jamboree.
How can we forget the Country Bears? Like, oh, the Country Bears are just amazing. I love it. So we got a lot of love for Fantasmic. Fantasmic, I think, is a clear favorite for a lot of people. Our planet is moving on, so everything is a ride. Says More Sunshine, please. That's a good one. So Fantasmic makes me happy. I tear up every time at the finale. Just pure awesomeness. I'll tell you something. I cry a lot for the for any kind of nighttime show, if I'm honest. What about the Muppets? Oh, the Muppet Show in Liberty Square, of course. Great memories of
great moments in history.
Great moments in history.
Or Muppets 3D. That's kind of like a
Muppets 3D. I just try not to get angry with the whole Muppet Liberty Square thing. No, I'm kidding. It was 300 years ago. Get over it. A long time ago. I love my American family anyway. So yeah, absolutely. Shows are a must. I think you could do a whole thing on shows.
For sure.
Right, next thing on my list, I just want to bear in mind, I actually didn't make a list this week because I've been like all over the place. So it's all kind of on the fly this week. But I'm going to throw out there Disney Springs. Disney Springs, for me, say what you say, it's the fifth park. It is by far the fifth park at Walt Disney World. Yes, there's no rides. Actually, technically, there is one ride, and that is the Characters in Flight. The hot air balloon, but you kind of have to pay for that. So I don't know if you count it as a ride, Disney Springs, or if it's a separate, whatever. It's a ride. But then you've got amazing shopping. You have amazing dining. We're not going to go back into dining because that ship has sailed, although I could go back to it. Shopping is fantastic at Disney Springs. You can spend hours in the new Disney store, the Lego store. I know Corey Fiasco will be like spending hours in the pin store. Like, there's so many things you can do in Disney Springs that I think you can just spend a whole day there. You can really spend a whole day at Disney Springs.
Yeah.
We have the Marvel store. We have the Star Wars store. I mean, come on, just those two right next to each other. You can go bowling. I wish Cirque du Soleil was still there. I wish Disney Quest was still there. But you still have some amazing opportunities. You have the Coca-Cola store. Come on, like, guys, Disney Springs for sure is a really wonderful place to go. So, what about you? What's something you love to do in Disney Springs?
Disney Springs is a great choice, Dan, because it's an experience in and of itself. It really, really is. They have transformed it from what it used to be in downtown Disney to where we are now, and it's leaps and bounds better than it used to be. Yeah. It's so beautiful, for one. There's so many different experiences now down there, so many great shops. I just like going in the shops. If I had to pick one thing, I just enjoy going into the different shops and looking at the different merchandise, Disney related and not Disney related. It doesn't matter. And any of the small little shops they have for food too, whether it's what's that? Amorette's is down there, and they got the Ghirardelli store, and they have the Sprinkles is down there. So they have a lot of different things to do. I love Disney Springs. It's fantastic. And the street performers they have down, I say street performers, but just like the nighttime
entertainers, the entertainers.
They're great. They do great. I love them.
D says Disney Springs is okay. I hate shopping. Oh, but it's Disney. It's Disney shopping though. With Disney Springs, I think it's just something that, it used to be downtown Disney was the place for the adults to go clubbing and go to bars, and it's just gone a complete 180, and now it's a way more family friendly. It's not that Pleasure Island thing anymore, which I'm so glad that happened. I'm so happy that Disney have gone the more family friendly route. And when it gets late at night, 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night, Disney Springs doesn't close till 1. There's still some great opportunity for us adults. If you do like going for a drink, if you do like to go out dancing, there is some great stuff for that. So, hey, Kevin, Orlando Parks Rover, good to see you. Welcome into the show. Abby says, I didn't like to work at Disney Springs, but whenever I got off, I loved to walk to the bus with all the pretty lights and music overhead. Now, if you didn't know, Abby used to work at the World of Disney store, and we talked about this back on episode 35, 36, and we just talked about our experiences as a cast member. But Disney Springs is getting very busy now, and we just really enjoy it. But yeah, Disney Springs had to be on my list. It's something I would love doing. Now, honorable mentions. Walt, what is some of your honorable mentions?
Well, it's a couple different ways to look at this. So one of the honorable mentions is the Streetmosphere. I agree 100%. Whether it's the Dapper Dans, or it's the Philharmonic, or the Citizens of Hollywood, they're all fantastic in my opinion. I love the Streetmosphere. One of my favorites is the Philharmonic. I just love the band as they walk. They go around in different areas of they go over to Storybook Circus, the Flag Retreat. They're also down on Main Street. I love the Philharmonic, but I love the Citizens of Hollywood too. Over at Animal Kingdom, they have all the little bands, and they have what's her name? I can't think of her name. The tree, Divine, right? Divine. It's just awesome. I love it. And they have Sergio over in Epcot in the Italy Pavilion. There's so many great things about Streetmosphere that's just awesome. It just brings a certain, I don't even know how to word it, but atmosphere, I guess, to the park.
Yeah, it kind of just brings everything to life, It kind of brings that fourth dimension, fifth dimension element, doesn't it? It kind of brings things right up close to you rather than just walking down Main Street, doesn't it? It's like you're interacting with those citizens from Hollywood.
Yeah, and Trolley Show is another one. They have the Trolley Show.
Yep.
It's fantastic. I love the Streetmosphere.
I couldn't agree more. I think I heard a rumor that they were getting rid of some of the Streetmosphere in Hollywood Studios. I really hope they don't, because it really is just a really awesome. It just brings that sense of depth to the theme parks, doesn't it? Even in Epcot, you have Muppet Mobile Labs. I mean, you have Beaker and Dr. Bunsen Honeydew.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, that's great. I love seeing that kind of stuff. Yeah, so, awesome. I love that pick.
I mean, I have several. I mean, you name it. I mean, you also have Looking for Hidden Mickeys. That's something else you could do.
Nice.
That you could look around at, or you could do, of course, character meet and greets.
Absolutely. I'm surprised we haven't talked about that yet.
Yeah. And the other two main ones, and then I'll be done, Dan, is obviously any photos, just taking pictures.
Yep.
You can have so many different pictures all over the different parks that can make for fantastic, beautiful pictures, whether you're in them or not, especially for us YouTubers for content. And then lastly, just exploring the detail and the theming of the parks. There's so much to see.
There's nothing better than just kind of figuratively sitting down and smelling the roses. Just literally just sitting down, people watching, just taking in everything. You know, one of the things I love doing is sitting in the hub on the grass in Magic Kingdom, looking at the castle and just taking it all in, listening to the music, listening to people going by, you know, listening to the trolley cart saying welcome to more Main Street USA, the songs that they sing, watching Festival of Fantasy, you know, talking about the parades. You know, I think just taking it all in, taking in the details, taking in the sounds, the smells, is something that I think is so important that people just need to stop instead of doing the race to space or the dash to splash. I love using those. I love using those. Just take everything in. You know, I'm not even kidding. I love just sitting next to the Haunted Mansion by this little rock area and just listening to the drones of the Haunted Mansion while seeing everything else in the distance down Liberty Square. You know, just taking in that atmosphere. There's something really amazing about that.
I agree.
Characters, absolutely. I think characters are such fun. You know, for me, I never used to love meeting characters as a kid. Now I love doing it. I love meeting Chewbacca, Kylo Ren. I love giving Goofy a massive hug. Baymax. Heck, I love meeting the princesses. I think they're really fun to talk to. You know, there's so much you can do. Hey, Bax, what is up, my friend? Good to see you. Yeah, just meeting characters is such a wonderful, wonderful thing. I can't wait to see what they do with Galaxy's Edge. Maybe we'll get to meet Yoda. I mean, how cool would it be to meet Yoda? I think that would be pretty awesome.
Fantastic.
You know, I think there's so much great thing about meeting characters, yeah, no, I think just taking everything in, absolutely. Parades, absolutely. Festival of Fantasy parade is fantastic. I think it's a wonderful parade. And I wish they brought back more parades. I really, really miss the Main Street Electrical Parade.
I don't even want to talk about that. I'm so upset by that. To this day, that's the one I can't get over, Dan. I'm sorry. That was my favorite parade, and I lose sleep over that every night.
you know, everyone says to me, you know, which did you prefer, Spectro Magic or Main Street Electrical Parade? And I always say, well, it doesn't matter. I can't see them anymore. Like, I both love them as much, but I miss Main Street Electrical Parade so much. I love the music and the light. I just like the fact that everything just goes dark and you just see all these lights just illuminating down Main Street.
We need a new nighttime parade at Magic Kingdom.
We'll just still paint the night from Disneyland.
That's fine too. It's a good parade. I'd be all right with that. That's a good parade, man.
I've never seen it, but I think there are some people in the chat who, I know one, if one is still here, goes to Disneyland a lot and sees Paint the Night. You got to bring it over. You need to see it. Some of my honorable mentions, I love the Boardwalk. I love Disney's Boardwalk.
Yes.
I'm not counting this as a ride in a park, but the monorail. I love the monorail. Oh my goodness. And I just love resort hopping. I love going to resorts. Like, I love going to the Polynesian. I love going to Grand Floridian, going to the Swan and Dolphin, you know, just exploring resorts and just, you know, snacking around. I can't get food out of my head. Snacking around the resorts. I mean, you know, it's something pretty amazing. So yeah, I hope you guys, you know, just, you know, if you just want a day of no rides, you know, take some of our suggestions. Now, there's one thing that we completely forgot about rides. Now, we forgot to talk about water parks.
That's
now,
true.
Typhoon Lagoon, Blizzard Beach. Here's the thing. I count them as rides, but they're not kind of like ride attractions. They're kind of just like, they're slides. So maybe, you know, you can throw in the water parks instead. I know some people love the water parks. I love Typhoon Lagoon. The wave pool is like just amazing. I love the wave pool. But yeah, you can throw in the water parks there as well. But yeah, guys, you know, that is our top things we suggest about things to do in the parks, outside the parks, that are nothing to do with the rides. So yeah, well, that's episode 39 in the books. Walt, thank you so much again for stepping in this week. You know, it's always a pleasure for you having come onto the show. You're kind of like part of the Fiasco family. We've had such a great time. So many shows we've done together, and it's just a lot of fun. And I believe that we are planning something for hopefully later in this month, which will maybe keep a secret.
Yeah, we are planning something. We absolutely are.
We are planning something which we'll do, I think, on alternate channels, which I think quite a lot of you will like. Some of you might be like, huh? But, okay. But it's a lot of fun. I mean, if it's just us two, I mean, great. Disney Circus Girl, welcome. And Lilu Disney Mad, welcome to you too. Thank you so much for stopping by. Great to see you in the chat. So, yeah, we're planning on something great. But again, thank you, Walt, for joining us. And I can't wait to see you in August.
Oh, absolutely. I appreciate you having me on, Dan. I had a great time as usual. Thanks to everybody in the chat. Everybody was wonderful tonight. Lots of people in there, lots of chatter going on. I think it's fantastic. And if you don't mind me plugging, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, Mouse Talk and I, Melissa and I, we would love for you to do so. We're getting really close to 1,200 subscribers. We're at like 1,183, and we'd love to hit that 1,200 mark. We do live streams every Tuesdays and Thursdays as well, and we do videos all the time, and we do have merch as well, as you can see from the T-shirt.
I like it.
But, we enjoy the community, the Disney community that we have. Dan, you, Meg, Steve, Rob, everybody, R. Johnson, everybody, and you all know who you are. It's such a great community, and we're just proud to be a part of it. Well,
you know, it's a pleasure to actually do such just do a show with a really great channel and a great family. So guys, if a moderator could put Mouse Talk, thank you Noah for putting that in the chat, please go subscribe to Walter Melissa. Really fabulous channel, and they are also as well on the live place, theliveplace.com, where you see all your family friendly live streamers like Resort TV 1, like Mickey's Magic, like Mouse Talk, and myself. So please go check out theliveplace.com as well, and you can also follow Mouse Talk on Twitter. And are you on Instagram as well?
Yep.
On Instagram as well.
I don't know how to use it yet, but we're there.
Also, again, a big thank you to everybody in the chat who came out today. So Cargo, Steve's World, Dougie, Kate Atwood, Disney Nerd Headers, Disney Circus Girl, Bax, Donna, Chris, Santoria, Stacy, Angela, Noah, Pamela, Lulu, Disney Mad, Disney Mitch. Awesome people. Thank you so much for spending your absolute weekends with us. R. Johns, of course. Now, guys, this is what I would like you to do straight after the stream. I would like you to copy this message and go over to Resort TV 1 and say, Disney Dan sent me. So I'm going to put in the chat here, Disney Dan sent me, and I want you to go over to Resort TV 1 and say hi from me, because they are such a wonderful, Josh and Jenna are just so wonderful, and I would love you to go say hi to them as well. So please go say that after I end the stream. You can follow me on Twitter and on Instagram as well at Disney Dan. Please hit that like button on your way out, subscribe to the channel. Please go check out my partner channels, Corey Fiasco and Mickey's Magic, two wonderful channels. Thank you so much once again. You guys are not my subscribers, you are my friends, whether we've met yet or not. Thank you so much again. I'll see you next week for episode 40. Wow. For Disney Fiasco. Thanks so much, guys, and I'll see you all real soon. Good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.